This is how we're going to access the tutorials that are built into Solidworks. I'm going to start with an open screen, go up to your help menu, come down to Solidworks tutorial, click on that right there. Now what we're going to start with, the very first one we're going to do is going to be lesson 1 parts. Click on that, and there's going to be these step-by-step instructions that you're going to follow. As you read through each of these, you can click down on this link down here to go over to the next topic, and it's going to walk you through. Now if you click on some of these icons here, it will actually prompt you and show you what you should click on if you don't know what to do or where to go. These aren't perfect, but they do help keep things going along, so this instructs us along. So here we would create and extrude a rectangle with one corner on the origin as dimension as shown. Now the thing to notice on these tutorials is actually its units are set to not to inches but to millimeters. So if I were to create a new, so following this instruction, if I went back, clicked on that, so it's saying open a new part document and save it as tutor 1. So don't know where to go? New document, click on that. Part, new SolidWorks document, double click on part. Well, if I double click there, hey, guess what? It looks like it's going to work. There it is. We have the part environment up. Now, what I will say for this one, so I was going to do, and this would be where we then save. So it's instructing you, you would save to your H drive here, save into wherever. This is going to be, I'll call it Tutor 1 and Mr. Foreman, and period blank. You would put in the period number there. Okay, just say save. Okay. But for this next step, what they aren't telling us to do, you can click right here to then go to millimeter, gram, second units from the bottom here. So instead of inch, pound, second, click on that. Now we're in millimeters, grams, second. These dimensions now are going to be millimeters. So sketching the base, this should be somewhat familiar. We'd follow through these. Hey, notice it's showing you, hey, if I click on that, guess what? We can start an extrude boss base first. Why start a sketch with an extrusion? There we go. Well, you could click on that if you wanted to learn more. So if I click on this right now, that will give me an explanation for that. Like, if I click back there, get me back to where I was. Great. So then you'd follow these instructions as we go. Rectangle, center point out. Okay. Follow those instructions. It will then tell you to dimension like we've been doing, dimensioning before, use smart dimension and all that. If you got to move down. The other thing I would recommend to do is move this screen. It's going to be disappearing. It would now be showing up on my secondary screen and away. Okay. No longer can see there on the screen that you see, but I can see it on my other monitor. That will be helpful to allow you to read and execute at the same time. Okay, so that's the basics of how to get to the tutorials, and at least to start the tutorial 1. We will, if you get done with tutorial 1, move on to the assembly tutorial 2 that will then take the part that you created in this. Ultimately what you're going to end up with is a part. Ultimately when you're done, you're going to end up with a part that looks like this following this tutorial. If you go back here, lesson 2 would be the assembly tutorial on this. So that's what we'll try and work on, is getting through lesson 2, this tutorial that will teach us about assembling parts together.